Welcome to my first holiday makeup look of the season. I set up my tree yesterday and so I'm filming in front of it to make this video feel a little bit more festive. I know Christmas isn't the same this year, but I think it's all the more reason to do holiday makeup looks, dress up, and just kind of make it feel as Christmassy as you can. Today's video is on this makeup look here. I created it for this dark green satin top that I'm wearing. I think the copper eyes just look really pretty with this top. Maybe because the copper and the dark green satin kind of reminds me of like a vintage kind of look. I feel like it's still festive because it's still shiny and sparkly, but it is neutral enough for you to wear with any outfit you have planned for the season. If we haven't met, I'm Karina. Welcome to my channel. I like to focus all of my looks on classy, natural, elegant, wearable makeup. If you're into that style of makeup, then definitely hit that subscribe button and let's get into the video. I'll have all of the products I'm using today linked below. I'm starting with my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. My skin hasn't been great lately. I'm got a lot of breakouts like around my chin, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna go in with like a heavier foundation. I still want to keep it light and natural and like healthy and dewy looking. By the time we add our concealer and bronzer and blush and all of the rest of the products on, it'll still look like I have enough makeup for a nice holiday look. It's not going to be like a super natural look. I just want my skin to look healthy, and then we'll just cover the blemishes with a little bit of concealer. Most of the products I'm using in today's video are going to be from the video I posted last week. I'll link that video up here. After foundation, I'm going to move right on to eyes just so I can kind of clean up and make my edges look nice and sharp and crisp with my concealer. Let me just zoom you in a little bit. I have these magnetic eye pencils by Nude Sticks, and they're just like slightly different kind of coppery, shimmery shades. There's 3 of them here. I'm going to go in with the darkest one from that collection, and that is called Smoke. I'm just gonna put it all over my eyelid. Just get it on there. It doesn't have to be clean looking. It can be kind of messy. And then I'll just take a fluffy eye blending brush and I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out up into my crease. The only thing I'm being conscious of is when I blend it, I want to blend it up and not like in a round motion, because I don't want this color out here coming down past my lower lid. We're gonna clean up the edges a little bit with concealer anyway, but when you're trying to create that shape, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I like using these as a base for when I'm going to layer on like another kind of coppery or satin shadow, just because that satin shadow will like grip to this product and it'll just have a really nice base layer to kind of intensify the neck shadow you go in with. You have to work quick, so just do one eye at a time, but they blend out really nicely. Next, I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way Natural Nudes palette, and I'm taking the color Sugared Chestnut. It's this one right here. Just kind of like a dark coppery, dark browny coppery tone. And I'm just gonna take that same fluffy brush and I'm gonna put that all over my lid. This will just kind of warm up that first color we put down, because it does have a little bit more kind of golden tones, whereas the first one was a very cool tone brown. And then I'm just gonna take that same brush, wipe it off on a paper towel. I'm gonna go in with Cocoa. And I'm just gonna kind of soften and blend out my edges a little bit using Cocoa. And then just to add a little bit more holiday sparkle, I'm gonna finish the eye off using the shade Golden Light. And that I'm just gonna take on my finger and I'll just put that right onto the center to give the eye even more kind of like coppery, shiny dimension. Then I'm gonna take Teddy Eyeliner by MAC. It's just kind of like medium dark brown with a little bit of reflex shimmer in it, and I'm just lining the top line, really keeping it really close to my lashes, and lining my waterline as well, just on the top. Thin coat of mascara is all you need because we're gonna put the lashes on afterward. These are just like a really thin natural pair of lashes. I think this is from the brand called Kiss. It's just on Amazon. They're very inexpensive and they do the trick. They just add a little bit of kind of fluff, but nothing too crazy. I always just like to get like a small bead of glue on the end of my tube, and then I just run it along the lash band. I find that just the quickest, easiest way, and I'm not using another tool to put the glue on. And then I always like to let my lashes set for a long time, like 20 seconds probably isn't enough for me. I like to have them pretty much almost set, and then I'll put it on the eye, because if it's sliding around my eye, it's just hard and messy, and that's kind of where people go wrong, I think. So I wait like almost a minute and then I'll put it on my eye. Now that my lashes are on, I'm just gonna go back in with Teddy and kind of try to cover up or blend in that lash band so that you don't see any glue. And I'm just gonna do my brows quickly off camera. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer right into my inner corner, and then bringing it up on the outside edge, and then that is what is gonna clean up that eye so that we don't have shadow falling too low. And then of course I'm gonna do around my nose, just conceal where you feel like you need it. For me, I've got all these little blemishes around my chin. And then I'm gonna take my hourglass powder and just lightly set under my eyes. For the rest of my face, I still want that kind of bronzy glow for the holidays. And I think this will tie in well with like the kind of bronzy coppery eye I have. So I'm gonna bronze with my Chanel bronzer. I'm using quite a big brush this time. I'm not doing anything like very well defined. This is the Morphe M439. I'm sure it's for a foundation. And so I'm just picking up a little bit of bronzer. I'm just gonna kind of warm up my whole cheek area. I'm bringing it into the apples of my cheek because I'm going for like a bronze glowy cheek. I don't want a ton of color on my face. We might have to I'll probably put a little bit of blush on depending on how it looks after we're done here, but just kind of like starting to add warmth and life into the face. This bronzer is beautiful because it's not highly pigmented. It kind of goes on in like sheer layers. It has a little bit of like a luminosity to it. It's just easy to work with and easy to build, so you can't really go wrong. So I'm bringing that all the way kind of in the temple area and into the apples of my cheek. And then I will just bronze the rest of my face as well. And to further kind of bronze and define my cheek, I'm going to go in with Humor Me. It's a blush by MAC, a mineralized blush by MAC, and as you can see, it's just like a neutral kind of bronzy color. You can use this as a bronzer as well, but I think it's really pretty on the cheek. It has a slightly more pink tone than the bronzer does, which is like a little bit more yellowy. So I think this is a really beautiful product for the cheek. And then for highlight, I always think this one looks really nice with that like kind of bronze cheek. And this is just Champagne Pop by Becca. Super famous, Jaclyn Hill's kind of golden highlight. To finish off my eyes, I'm just gonna run the second shade in that Nude Sticks trio. This one's called Burnish. And I'm just gonna run that underneath my eye. And it's not very dark, so it's not gonna like sink your eyes in. It's just like a pretty shimmer, kind of coppery tone, which will just add a little bit of sparkle to the bottom as well. Then I'll run Teddy in my bottom waterline, and I'll add a little bit of mascara just to the outer lashes on the bottom. The reason I only add mascara to the outer bottom lashes is because if you watched my fox eye video, I kind of demonstrate like how my eyes slope down. So I find by adding the mascara on the bottom just to the outer ones, it still kind of makes your eye focus on my outer eye, and it does kind of pull the look up a little bit, as well as when I add it to the center or the inner quarter, it tends to transfer a little bit more. When I keep it to the outer lashes, you don't get that black smudging transfer like right here. So if you have a problem with that, then you should try this trick and just see how it looks on you. I find that it works really well for me. Plus it's less effort and a little bit less time consuming. I'm gonna keep my lip nude today as well. So I'm going in with Honey by Morphe. So that's it for this holiday look. I love how it came out, but let me know what you think. And let me know what you're doing for the holidays, because I know Christmas is just not really feeling the same this year with the restrictions on how many people we can be with and where we can go and all that stuff. So let me know, comment below, subscribe to my channel if you liked this video, and I'll see you in my next one.